It is 5 in the morning and my alarm goes off. I'm driving 3.5 hours to Telford. There is an accident. I arrive with barely minutes to spare and I rush inside. But the lady at reception looks at me like, I've got two heads or something. I walked into the completely wrong conference. Let me explain why today turned out to be an amazing day. So the car is the BYD Sealion 5 DM-i. And if you don't know who BYD is, I mean, like, where the hell have you been? This is the biggest electric car maker on the planet right now, not Tesla, BYD. I don't think Elon Musk is going to like this very much, but then again, he's probably too busy IPOing his SpaceX company right now. The Sealion 5 is a plug-in hybrid family SUV and it starts at $29,995. That is under 30K for a plug-in hybrid family SUV. See, under 30K is the number that kind of got me thinking, because when you look at what the competition is charging for the same thing, this car is a lot less. BYD hit me up and invited me to that launch event in Telford, which isn't exactly on my doorstep. But new car, test drive and a proper event, I wasn't exactly going to say no, am I? 5 a.m. alarm, done. 3.5 hour drive on the motorway, I guess that's fine. But accident on the motorway, backed up traffic and endless rain, yeah, not good, not fine. But at this point, I was ready and fully committed. I get there, I'm rushing and I can see the conference center and I walk straight in and made a beeline for the desk. I'm ready. But the lady at the reception stares at me, doesn't say anything for a second. And then she says, "Now BYD. The other side. Okay. So apparently actually two different exhibitions here. So you have this exhibition, the other one is the BYD. Oh my gosh, okay. I walked in through the wrong door and tried to check in. Did I mention I also missed breakfast? I mean, but I made it to the keynote. That's where things got very interesting. The keynote presentation was very heavy on BYD's Super E platform. They are saying you can get 250 miles of range in just 5 minutes of charging. 5 minutes. That is literally the same time as filling up a petrol car. If that is true in reality, I would say that would change the whole conversation around EVs entirely. What I really wanted to understand was the DMI system, because this is not a full EV, it's a plug-in hybrid. The way it works is the electric motor does all the driving, nearly 200 horsepower in the motors alone. The petrol engine is basically just there to top up the battery when it needs it. Most of the time you're driving in full electric mode. So the BYD Sealion 5 DM-i basically drives like an EV. You don't really get the range anxiety you'd get from a fully electric car. BYD say you get 631 mile range combined. That is 631. That is a lot of miles. Let's now talk about the inside, the interior. I think this is where the price point shows up a little bit. All right, so you get vegan leather and then you get this massive 12.8 inch touchscreen right in the middle. I gotta admit, this screen looks kind of impressive. It kind of gives you that premium feel when you first sit in the car. But when you start touching the other bits though, the plastics, they're just a bit on the hard side. You can definitely see where they save some money. Okay, so that touchscreen looks impressive, but it's a little bit frustrating to use. For some reason, they've squeezed all the icons into the bottom third of the screen. You're constantly and accidentally hitting the wrong thing. For example, you want to change the temperature, somehow you end up in the media settings. On the other side, I've got to say props to BYD for keeping some physical buttons at least. For example, steering wheel controls, volume, and drive modes on the center console. These are all physical buttons, which is good. But heated seats, regen adjustments, and turning off driver assist are all on the touch screen, which is not ideal when you're driving. Let's talk about the boot. Can I fit in here? Of course I can. Hey, Alina, what's going on? What's happening in here?
Look at this space.
It's 463 liters of space. And that rear legroom is actually quite decent too. Proper space back there. Oh, and one of the things, like if you're someone who does a lot of long trips, I will say the seats could do with a little bit more, how can I say, side support. And when you're driving and you're going around corners and stuff, you can definitely feel the body roll. You definitely notice it. But as a family car, the space is definitely there. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom, it's time to test out the Sealion 5 DM-i. They gave us a pre-planned route, which I followed, sort of loosely. And we in drive. We're in drive now. We're definitely in drive.
Smooth.
Smooth operator. I gotta say, absolutely horrible day weather-wise. It was that non-stop rain. It was cold, it was grey, it was windy, and it's constant rain. It got me to see what this car can actually do in adverse conditions, because we do live in England and it rains all the time. My car was full. I had a passenger next to me and I had two more in the back. So in some ways, this was a real-world load test. Exactly the kind of situation this car was built for. I mean, this car was smooth, properly smooth. The electric motor was nearly doing all the work. The petrol engine was just there to basically stop the battery from going flat, and you barely notice it kicking in. On the motorway, it definitely gets a bit noisier and you definitely feel some vibrations coming through the wheel, and nothing dramatic. But when you're driving this car around town or around the city, it basically drives and feels like an EV. It's clean, smooth power delivery and no drama. We went through a McDonald's drive-through because that's what families do. Some families. So first time I've ever done a drive-through in a car I do not own at a press event. That was a whole new experience for me. All right, so after that, I wanted to shoot the car while the light was still good, because this day was cloudy, it was rainy. So I wanted to take advantage of any light I had available to get some nice shots of this car. So me and my passenger decided to go out and look for a location to shoot the car. Drove around for a bit, couldn't find anything. Then I remembered passing a very striking, very oriental looking building, which kind of fits the bill because BYD is a Chinese brand, and this building was very oriental. I thought the two together was a match made in heaven. I went up to security. Now we noticed the Chinese buildings. I think it would be perfect to have this car that as a backdrop to film the car around. They said no. Can you speak to someone, please? I think it would be perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yay! You legend. He said, basically you have a few minutes, make it quick. I think the shots we got were pretty cool. Considering the weather, and when I say weather, I mean the driving rain and freezing cold. I want to say a big thank you to this security guard because, you are freaking amazing. So yeah, thank you very much. You are much appreciated. So is the BYD Sealion 5 DM-i perfect? Of course, the answer is no. There's no such thing. The interior is fine, I guess. It does the job, but you can definitely feel where money was saved. Now, the touchscreen looks great, but it could do with some improvements in how it worked. For those of you guys who like to drive, I gotta say the steering wheel has no feel. 0 to 60 comes in 7.7 seconds. Not exactly rapid. Definitely not fun to drive either. Because it's not that kind of car. You are not the target audience if you love driving. It's a family SUV. That's just the truth. The thing I kept thinking about on my drive home was we averaged over 60 miles per gallon on mixed driving. That's crazy. Without plugging in once. 631 mile range. That is absolutely insane. The battery never dropped below 20% in over 150 miles. That's 150. Plug this in at night and most of your daily driving will be in pure electricity mode. You are barely touching the cost of petrol. Considering how much petrol and diesel are costing right now. So yeah, a lot of savings there. You look at the price at under 30k for a plug-in hybrid. And then you look at cars like the Ford Kuga, the Tucson, and I can't remember what the other one is, the Sportage. You are literally paying thousands more for the same thing, but you're getting the same things in the Sealion 5 for a lot less. BYD walks in and undercuts everyone. So BYD sold over 50,000 of these in 2025. I don't think that's a fluke. That is definitely a statement of intent. So look, as far as a car launch event goes, this was a proper one. There was no car park with cones. It was you in a car with real roads and a real test drive. That is the only real way to find out what this car is actually about and what this car actually is. Real roads, real conditions, and an actual real car. And the drive back, that was another 3.5 hours. which was enough time for me to think over a few things. And yeah, a massive thank you to BYD, obviously, for inviting to the launch of the BYD Sealion 5 DMI. And a special thank you also goes to that security guard. You are the real MVP of this video, so you're much appreciated. And thank you very much. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the BYD Sealion 5 DMI. Would you actually consider one of these over, let's say, like a Ford Kuga, maybe the Sportage and the Tucson? I mean, obviously the hybrid versions. Yeah, let me know your thinkings in the comments below, and I will see you on the next video. Bada bing, bada boom.